Hey everyone, it's Ride 1940 here. Today we're taking a look at Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age, and this is Operation Cobra, which is a mission in a pack of missions for Task Force 75.3. It's made by a guy named iBlank, and I'll link it in my mission video description. Let's look at what we've got to do today. We need to take our task force and go sail along the coast here up to this archipelago and seek out any surface targets to destroy. So we can expect to come across some missile boats and possible Victor's class submarine. So we've got the Long Beach, the Yarnell, so a couple of good air defense platforms, and then the Elrod and Rents will be great for anti-submarine warfare and when we come across that Victor. Alright, first thing I like to do is take a look at everyone's sensors and whatnot. Okay, let's turn everything on. Also, we'll put the towed decoy out because we do expect a potential submarine in the area. Let's look at the towed array layer depth. No layer, so we can put it wherever we want. Say above layer. Okay. Yarnell, air search radar on, sensors, surface search. I don't want anyone to go active yet, so it doesn't matter with the layer depth there being nothing. Yeah, I don't want anyone to go active just yet in case that Victor is kind of close. We'll see what's going on here. We already got an EW mission. Let's see what this is. Cannot communicate. Can you? Okay, trawler. Alright, well, the task force is going up here, so I'm going to launch a helicopter to fly up along this route to just kind of make sure it's cleared, and we'll take it from there. So we'll launch this guy in a ferry loadout launch, and then we'll, I mean, it's obvious there's potential for like trawlers to be all around this, so I'm going to launch a helicopter from here on the Rents, and then we're going to we'll fly one along our route, and we'll fly this guy kind of along here to see what's going on, and then we might have to circle back and kind of clear this area out on this side, see how things develop. Now, if you don't know about iBlank's missions, they're really they have cool briefings, and then when it plays out, you get updates in the missions of kind of about what's happening. So it's not necessarily true what you were briefed to do is what's going to happen. He does also put in surprises and stuff, which is really fun. So we'll see how this plays out. I like these sort of missions. They don't go too long. They roughly about in like an hour if you're using time compression and stuff like that. It's really good. Which is about all I can stomach. I can't play those like 3-hour-long scenarios. It's just beyond me. I can't do it. Okay, so we'll fly out this way and go investigate. Let's get our altitude up to like 1,000 feet. And so their helicopter's up as well, so we'll go just fly along the coastline there. Hopefully we don't come across any SAM sites or anything like that. Appreciate the visuals here. Love this game. Looks pretty as hell. Man, you see the towed array out there. Got a quick story about that. I don't know if I shared it before, but so when you are underway, there's normally like an aft lookout, and it's just one of the watch stations. It's like a bosun's mate, so a BM rating. And they just kind of sit back aft. They've got a headset plugged into the bridge, and they're a lookout, so they just stare out to the aft end of the ship into space. And a lot of times on ships, this is a story from when I was on the Arleigh Burke class, DDG. The smoke deck on the frigate that I was on, it was right here. But on the Arleigh Burke, the smoke deck was the fantail, so you'd walk out. We were at Flight 1, so we didn't have a hangar and nothing like that. There just there was a door on the starboard side. You come out from the main P-way, and we go smoke out there, and you know, the aft lookout's there on watch, so you kind of just chat with them sometimes if they're bored. And we were doing an ASW exercise, so we had our tail out, so it looked like this. This is a great great representation. You just see a cable going in the water, and it was so funny because I always had this thing when I was in the Navy, especially as I became like a supervisor. I always wanted to have people think critically about the information that was presented to them. So if something doesn't make sense to them, they can raise it and be like, "Hey, I don't know why we're doing this because I see it this way." And it's good to have that input instead of having someone just be afraid to speak up when something doesn't make sense to them. So to kind of foster that environment a little bit, I would sometimes I would say just nonsensical things, and then people would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then I'd be like, "Good, you're doing your job." So one of the things that I set out to the bosun's mate of the watch, or the aft lookout, sorry, he asked me, hey, what you guys, what is this thing coming out of the ship right now? And it was obviously didn't know what a towed array was, but I mean, we're on an ASW platform, so it's like something he should know. And we were just off the coast of San Diego in one of the training ranges, not too far, but kind of over the horizon. And I remember telling him, I said, "Oh, this is the shore power cable. If we're really close to our home port, we just stream the shore power out so that we can save on electrical costs for fuel and stuff, so we don't have to run the generators so hard." And that was a totally valid thing for him to just digest and be like, "Okay, that makes sense." And that was it. And then later on, I think he brought that up with one of his BM2s, and I got along with the BM2s because on the Arleigh Burke class, there's a bosun's mate office back aft, kind of right around here, and then TACTAS is kind of in the center. It's where we have our towed array room. So I always kind of bullshitted with them and chit-chatted and helped them out with their maintenance paperwork stuff, because sometimes it's a little hard for them. And they're like, "What the hell are you telling my guys?" It's like, well, you got to train your guys up to know what the heck their towed array is, man. It's a shore power cable that can go like 50 nautical miles back to San Diego. Get out of here. Okay, anyways. Now that we're on our way, let's go ahead and kick our radar on. Got some... Alright, we got a few contacts out there. Okay, so from the helicopters, I'm going to request to identify themselves. Alright, so these three are pretty consistent about not doing that. Alright, well, let's see if we're going to get in visual range here. We'll speed this up. I'm going to show you a technique you can use here to help you VID things, because it's pretty funny that you can do this in the game. It's pretty consistent, actually. Alright, now. Oh! Alright, we have some missile launches, and this is a perfect little trail here, so this guy is hostile. Okay. I'm pretty confident this guy would see any smaller fishing boats here, so we're gonna use our harpoon to kill this guy. We'll do engage with harpoon salvo 2. Okay. So we got kind of lucky here, because the air search radars picked up those missile launches, and then the SH2 surface search is probably the guy that's detecting this contact right now. Yeah, SH2. So we can fire back at him. This is why if you're not going against like a superior enemy, don't be at MCON for like no reason. Okay, use your sensors. That's what you got it for. That's what the virtual taxpayers paid for. So use it and stay alive. I think those were SSN-2 Charlie, so those are the thermal guidance ones. But what I was saying, for VIDs for the helicopters, yeah, SSN-2 Charlies, I like to if there's a target that you want to investigate, pull your waypoint through the contact, and then that means you're nose on to whatever. So all I need to know is I need to look somewhere ahead of that aircraft, and I'm going to find the target. And what we do with this information is the way it works in the game, and I think it should be changed a little bit to be at the discretion of the mission creator. You'll notice all the civilian boats always have their nav lights on at nighttime, and all the warships don't have their nav lights on at nighttime. So for larger warships, this is almost always the case. They won't have their nav lights on when they're steaming. But in a situation like this where you're a missile boat and you want to hide amongst the civilian boats, I already know that this guy's a hostile because he has no nav lights on, and it's simply a warship. That's just what the warships do in this game. So we can VID him as hostile. We'll wait for the engagements to finish over here, and then we'll do something about this guy. And it's kind of why I think it should be at the discretion of the mission creator. If they want to have this guy have his lights on so he blends in, I think that's a good thing. In DCS, you do have an option like that for aircraft. Depending on a certain state, they'll always have their nav lights on, or they'll just go dark. Okay, so in the real world, there is a thing called deceptive lighting, and all the warships can do it. You can even dress your large warship up as a small fishing boat, just how you rig the lights. Because if you could imagine, everything's black at nighttime, for the most part at sea. What you put up is going to be what the bad guy's going to see. So you can make a large warship look like a small fishing boat. You can make you can even make your warship look like a tanker or something just by putting the lights a certain way. In this game, the scope of this game, I think at the very minimum, I shouldn't be able to do this. This is just way too easy, right? If he had his lights on, I'd be forced to get super close, and he'd probably shoot at me. So we'll go ahead and do this again over here. Looks like our intercepts were good. The harpoons are closing in on that one target. Now we're pointing this one again. Now we can see, look, right off the nose, I've got nav lights on, so I'm going to know that this is a neutral vessel. Okay, and then I'm going to go beyond him. I want to fly towards these guys. And it looks like that has a nav lights on too. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, that is a missile boat. Was that one of those Tarantals? Get him. Get him. Oh, I think one got spoofed. Yeah, one's going. Oh, yeah, nice. Salvo 2, baby. That's why we do that. Okay, I was gonna say, I hope there's no big merchant ship out there. Oh, we're getting shot at. Okay, so I can see at least from this, that's the friendly boat, and there's no lights on this guy, so I'm gonna call this a hostile here. We're getting shot at by that one there. Let's see if anybody's in a position to do something about it. I think I'm gonna detach. Yeah, let's detach this guy. Go up to flank speed. Okay, so we will then try and go and identify this third guy here. So we gotta be careful. I don't want to get too close to these islands. 11 miles. Should be good, maybe. Yeah. There's probably gonna be like A guns or maybe even SAMs. And I don't think the SH2s have any RWR, so they're not gonna know about the SAMs. Yeah, it's a hostile boat out there. You see the huge difference in the nav lights and then no nav lights, so it's the tricky part is you've got to correctly correlate this stuff, right? You can't, if you're wrong and if you misjudge the distances or whatever and be like, oh, that's a hostile and that's really this guy, and you're using a neutral boat as marking it as a hostile, and you're gonna have a bad day. Well, you won't have a bad day, but those fishermen will. Alright, so I want Elrod to fire an SM at this guy. We're using SMs because obviously harpoons are active homing, and if we fire a harpoon at this guy, I cannot be sure that he's going to hit this contact and not this trawler or this trawler, or if there's some unknown boats behind here that we're not seeing yet. Oh, I just don't want to take that chance. Okay, we got some radar echoes here. What is this? Let's well, let's not VID, but let's press to identify. Does not respond. Yeah, so SM1s, they're semi-active radar homing, so they're only going to guide on from a... they have to have line of sight, basically, from the fire control radar, and when they get illuminated, the missile guides on that illumination and will hit the target. So it's a really good way to have positive control of a missile. You're not going to hit something else on accident, because you're simply illuminating a certain boat and the missile is going towards that illumination. So Elrod will proceed through here and slaughter these couple missile boats. I suspect that this one is also a missile boat, but we'll see. So I got a couple bright lights there and there. I think that's... this guy might be this guy here, and this one might be this one. We'll see. Yeah, we're gonna have to... I'll have to swing past this one again. I'm not 100% confident that this is marked correctly. I might have fouled that up because I do see what looks like to be nav lights back there, and that might be... it might be this guy, or it might also be this guy. I'll just have to double check. Oh yeah, there's a hostile boat there. We'll see. Yeah, because this is, I think when we make our turn, we'll be nose on with this guy, which I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little dot there. It doesn't have any lights on. That might be hostile. And maybe this one with the nav lights on might be this guy. But we'll double check to make sure that we're not killing our friendly neighborhood sailors on fishing boats here. Oh, we got a couple radar echoes. Well, let's go to this guy. They are going... oh, these guys are going like the same course and speed. 22 knots. That's pretty fast for a fishing boat. I'm not saying they won't go 22 knots, but you know, those boats kind of don't want to just burn excessive amounts of fuel if they don't need to, because it's going to eat into their profit margins there. We're nose on. I don't see anything yet, so we'll wait till we get closer. Oh, what was that? Okay, we got a missile launch. Can we actually see that from this guy? Oh yeah. Well, I don't see the launch. I see a streak there, so that might be that. Is that? Yeah, it's coming up from here. Okay, well, I'll just mark this, and we'll see if that correlates to anybody. It looks like there's maybe two separate launch. Oh no, those are just being... They're just flying. Okay, well those guys will go ahead and L-Rod should be safe. I think that's all fired at the L-Rod, and L-Rod's under the cover of Long Beach and Yarnell, who have SM-2ERs, so it should be good. Yeah, they're already starting to do their work. Look at that. That's so awesome. Yeah, look at that. Such a cool game. Love this stuff. Okay, we need to pay attention here. Oh, we are in danger. This is a hostile boat right here. Immediately behind it, I think, is so we're in line. Yeah, this it's hard to say. That looks like the light is on, and it's just aft of this guy. Okay, looks like we've got... Got one more. Yes, good. Okay, back to these guys. Sorry about that. The volume is so loud when you switch units. I don't see anyone... Oh yeah, I see it. Okay, that's a hostile boat. Yep, he's firing at us. It's strange because this guy's shooting at us, and we normally would see kind of like these flashing things when that happens, and we're not getting that, which is kind of crappy. Oh gosh. Jink, my man. Alright, L-Rod is finally engaging that guy. Okay. Alright, I think we're out of range. We'll circle back, because we're gonna have to take a look at this dude as well. I mean, they're turning together, so that's probably another hostile, but we'll make sure. Okay, that guy was hit. This guy is going to go after him now. Love it. Mighty battle frigates wrecking stuff. Okay, that's a hostile, so we'll go ahead and do, let's see, engage with salvo 2. Yeah, that's what we want. So notice, we've got open ocean here without any sort of radar contacts from the SH-2, so it's pretty safe to do this, but when you're playing eye-blank scenarios, you cannot assume that you can do this. You have to check with some sensor to make sure it's clear, because he will put in like pockets of fishing boats and merchant shipping traffic that just sails through. And I think that's important in this game, because that is a complexity to naval warfare that a lot of scenarios just don't have in it. You need to be able to discern what you're shooting at, and the enemy's not going to cooperate with you, so you got to go out and find the guy and be really careful. So you notice how we've got to put these helicopters in danger just to make sure we're shooting at the right thing. All right, let's I want to go kind of around, because I'm confused about where those other missiles came from. They went down this way towards L-Rod, and I thought that was a hostile track, but I don't think it was. It just turned out to, I mean, it had nav lights on it, so there must be something else back here somewhere along this line. Let's speed this up. Yeah, there's a hostile boat out there. See that kind of in the distance. Oh, yep, okay. Okay. Now, I don't think he's gonna identify. Yep. This is probably what I was after. Yeah, we'll take a look. Oh, what do we get in here? Good hit. Oh, what is? Oh, this is one of those pet ship boats or something like that. A little torpedo boat. Okay, now that he's dead, I can we'll just point this other guy. I'm sure that this is going to be a hostile, but we'll make sure. There's smoke on the horizon there. That's pretty awesome. Alright, it's going to take some time to develop. Elrod should be opening fire on this guy pretty soon, I think. Yep, there it goes. Nice. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that, we can safely go around these boats and not have to worry. Boom. Oh, that was a little torpedo boat, wasn't it? It was. Okay, what's this guy? Got a lot going on. We gotta be careful because these. Okay, that's a hostile. Yep, no lights on. Okay, we'll hang kind of back and we'll swing down this way and see what's going on just to make sure that's cleared. Yeah, I don't want to waste two on these things. If I'm assuming that's going to be another one of those torpedo boats, but if they, if they chaff and flare, and the chaff will spoof one of the missiles, then I'll have to waste another single missile. So I might as well just do a salvo too. Oh boy, get out of here. Where is that coming? Oh, that's coming from the island. Damn. Oh, okay. Well, we want to get away from the island, so let's go down this way. Damn, is that coming from the island or is that coming from a boat? Okay, we don't see anything just yet. Alright, I hear the flak explosions, but I don't see the incoming rounds. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's coming from the island. Okay, we're being shot at. We're gonna run away as fast as possible. Let's get really high up as well. Kind of get out of that envelope. This is hostile, yep. Happy with that. Are you still moving? No, you're dead. Okay. Alright, I wanna fly him back down this way just to make sure we're not missing anybody in that swarm of fishing boats that might be hostile just hiding in there. Oh, we got some aircraft. Yep, another Petya, I think. There we go. Nice. All right. And we're going flank and we're just topping out at 23 knots. Jeez. These must be pretty heavy. Oh, it's funny on the OHPs, the sonar space for the equipment room is kind of like up on the bow, sort of near the water line. There's a bosun's locker kind of up this way, and they kind of have there's a hatch that goes down. There's an emergency escape hatch that goes up that way, and there's the sonar equipment room. And then if you're not a sonar guy and you go in that space, a lot of people can't stomach it for a long time. They just start to get green. On the Arleigh Burkes, the sonar control is up forward on the port side, way like where the water line is. So if you're hauling ass in the Arleigh Burke and you're sitting like a sonar control watch, the crazy thing is the consoles face to the port side. So you're sitting sideways and you're getting this rolling, pitching movement the whole time you're on watch. And you feel the acceleration of you coming out of the water and then smashing down and sliding into the resistance of the water. And it makes people sick if you're not used to it. And when I was on the Arleigh Burke class, there was one night, I can't remember where we were, maybe it was the Indian Ocean. It was just rough, and I normally had like an iron stomach because when you stand watch down there for so long, you just get so used to it. It's not a big deal. And luckily it was like the 1 4-hour watch, because we did 5-hour watches, so there was always 4 5-hour watches that makes up 20 hours, and then the other watch there was 1 4-hour watch that would be the 10 to 2 watch, so 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So really you go up there in like 9:30 in the evening, and then you get off of watch at like 1:30. And luckily I was on that watch because it was so bad for 4 hours just nonstop that towards the end there I was like, man, if this goes on 1 more hour, I'm gonna lose my lunch. Oh man. And I think the watch before us, one of the guys puked in the we had a trash can down there, and he didn't like take the bag up with him. We were like, what the hell? He kept saying like it wasn't him that puked because he was kind of embarrassed, I think. And I was like, come on, dude. Yeah. So, but on the Oliver Hazard Perry class, the sonar control is up in it's just like aft of combat. So combat's kind of like around here, and then there's a space like right aft of it that is attached to combat, and that's where sonar control is. And you face I think the equipment racks or the consoles you're looking at face aft, and there's like a little P-way. Well, there's not a P-way. There's people have to go through it to get to a little annex office space that's next to the sonar control. So yeah, because you're up here, you're not feeling all that nonsense. It's a lot easier to stand watch. Okay, what's going on here? It looks like that's the only contact that's outstanding, way out there. Fortunately, we can't fire a harpoon at it just because we can't. Well, actually, let's do this. We'll watch the picture here. Once Whoa, 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 what is that? Hold on. I was gonna say, this is the O'Keen. I think that's the spy boat. What the hell is that? We'll double check here. We got a pop-up here. It says Jacksonville has been tasked to insert SOF force on Real Archipelago. Soviet PRV forces are operating in the area, attempting to locate the submarine. This is our #1 priority. So eliminate any Soviet or PRV forces around the Jacksonville. Continue to destroy land-based forces when able. Okay. All right. Let's hold the phone here. This is one of those spy trawlers, right? It's got all those funny-looking antennas. These fishing boats don't have it. Maybe we got one antenna there. What do we do with this information? Alright, well, I think we'll sink that. Trying to look between the trawlers here. They got antennas on them, but I'm pretty sure that that's supposed to be the spy. Oh, you know what? This is what was throwing me off. It doesn't have its nav lights on. That's probably why I was confusing that with a hostile and not, but then seeing it as like a fishing boat. Okay, well we'll sink this dude. Alright, I think it's X is to not fire, and then let's go kill this dude. This guy should be in range. Yeah, I was trying to say, you know, if we clear this group of fishing boats, then harpoon range is, you know, there's nothing that the harpoon's going to hit aside from this guy. It looks like there's nothing here, except that guy's way far away, so I feel pretty safe for that. Oh, this guy's about to have a bad day. Oh man. Love it. Okay, we got Jacksonville coming up here, Point Cobra's up there. We should probably RTB this guy and set up for a ASW sort of hunt. Alright, let's head up to Point Cobra. Actually, we'll head up this way to kind of protect Jacksonville as it's going towards Point Cobra. Alright, let's get this going. Just want to kill this thing. Kill it, come on, kill it. Ooh, we got some aircraft coming in down. What are you? Okay. Does not respond. Alright, we'll watch that. Come on, Elrod, do your thing. Oh, we're so close. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna have to stop this RTB until this engagement's over. Let's go, Elrod, come on. Should be getting close, yeah. Just about, just about. Nice, alright. Let's watch this. Oh, yes, 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 yes. What is that, an OSA? No, that's not an OSA. It's another one of those Torontals. Okay, good to go. Yeah, that's so awesome. See the smoke from that missile boat, and you, I think this is the one of the fishing boats here. Where's that trawler? Is that him? Oh, he's sunk on the bottom. Oh, I love it. Okay, we gotta shift gears here. So we'll race towards Point Cobra with the L-Rod. Start to recover these helicopters and get them to go. Not sure what's going on with this guy. Okay. So you gotta watch the helicopters when they land, because if you're going flank speed, sometimes the helicopters will just kind of hover in place and you won't get any sort of alert that there's trouble. You just need to know to slow down. This one worked just fine, that's good. Yeah, sometimes they'll just kind of hang there and they just get stuck. So all you gotta do is slow the speed down, they'll land and you can speed back up. See if it works out for these guys as well. If we wanted to make the helicopter approaches look like more realistic, they don't normally, like if you're coming from like DCS and stuff, when you land on helicopters, and if you watch videos of it in real life, they won't do like this glide path to the flight deck. What they'll normally do is they'll come astern, and also they can come from the sides. Why they're doing that is oftentimes for other ships that have like a RAS system, they're kind of canted at an angle, so they have to come land at an angle. And also if they're really long helicopter and the flight deck's limited, they might have to land at an angle. But generally, in terms of the sloping and stuff, they don't really do this like glide path thing. They will fly to a point which is normally above the hangar line. They'll just keep their eyes on that, and they'll keep approaching it, and they'll just go straight to it. And once they're over the flight deck, then they go vertically up and down, and so they'll land that way. When they take off, it's the same thing. You look ahead, pull up, scoot over, and then fly forward. When you come to land, you just come astern, and find a point which is normally going to be somewhere around here. You fly at that same altitude, and then once you're over, you just go vertically down like that and land. The reason is when you've got that glide slope kind of thing going on, you can mess that up, right? You can misjudge that, especially if the sea state is pretty crazy. So it's just safer to fly at something and then go down. All right, this is a nice shot. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. It's enough for a screenshot. All right. So we've got. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We're gonna have to race up there. You know what? Actually, I want to detach this guy. Leave the formation. Oh, indication warning: Victor 3 SSN operating north of Point Cobra. Interceptor at all costs. Roger that. Okay, north of Point Cobra. Okay. Well, we're gonna go steam towards the north of Point Cobra. Let's figure out the range here. 33 nautical miles. Okay. Alright, we'll just disband everything. It's just easier when you're doing ASW to disband stuff like that. Okay, we'll just bang away with the active. Once Yarnell crosses the bow of the Rents, we'll launch our ASW helicopter. So all of us should start going up north, and then we'll... Actually, these guys actually should slow down now to 1/3. Yeah, 2/3 is good. However, passed by, past astern, so that's good. Alright, cool. So this guy can slow down to 2/3 as well. We'll wait till Elrod gets up a little bit further. Actually, you know, we should try to start launching our helicopters. ASW loadout launch, yes please. Wow, I'm surprised we have not lost any SH-2s yet. Knock on wood. Seems like every sea power scenario you gotta lose one SH-2 to the sea power gods. Quite a handful. They don't like to preserve themselves. They should jink when they're being shot at by giant cannons. Alright, cool. So like I was saying with the eye-blank scenarios, the reason why I like them a lot is, you know, we started this off as a mission to go look for shore-based targets to destroy, but it's basically become this new thing where we gotta escort the Jacksonville to get to SOF insertion point at Point Cobra. Now, what are we doing? Well, we're going to lay out my insurance policy. So I like to... Oops. Do that. We'll drop a sonobuoy in there. Actually, you know what? We should drop... There we go. Yeah, we'll spread out some sonobuoys just so like we've got things to listen to and for inbound torpedoes in case that comes up. I need Rents to get ahead of the Long Beach and the Yarnell because they're not going to be as great for ASW than the Rents will with their tail and torpedo decoy system. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, we'll drop sonobuoys out the pathway for our ships, and then we're going to kind of listen and close, and then see what develops. Either we're going to pick the contact up on the tail, or sonobuoys are going to pick up the torpedo launch if they detect us first, and then we'll figure out a way to triangulate where that sub shot. Really, with two torpedo shots is pretty good to get a cross line of where you can... There it is. Oh, this is good news. No, you can drop right in that bubble. Okay, we should turn everybody back right now. So the Victor 3s have the, was that the 65, 70, 1s, is that what they're called? It's basically a really long-range torpedo that goes 27 nautical miles, so it's pretty nuts. 6576, sorry, yep. 27 nautical miles, so yeah, that's a doozy, and we are well within that range, I believe, so we need to get the heck out of Dodge. Yeah, let's 27 nautical miles here. Let's pull that bubble out. Yeah, we're just in the range, so get everyone to vacate the premises. Yeah. Okay. This guy's done. I mean, he's cooked. He's gonna drop one up ahead. Drop one right with him. He's got 2 ASW helicopters on him now. So it worked out. You know, a lot of people say, well, how do you know where to put your sonobuoys? You know, and I understand that it's a kind of a vast ocean, right? But they said north of Point Cobra, so we just sail up that way to see what's going to happen. But while we're sailing up that way, we do want to space some sonobuoys out so that we can listen along our path before the ships get there, and hopefully pick up any, if the submarine already saw us and he fires a torpedo at us, we're going to be able to detect it at a much further range, so that's why I like to do that. It just worked out that we caught him with the sonobuoy. I do wish there was a way that we can, I don't like doing this, like if we can just have a repeat, like a box or something, so they'll just fly constantly around it. Okay, that is a hostile submarine. What can you be? You know, Victor 3 or Charlie, so it's good enough for me. I don't want him to fire at the ships. He's going pretty fast, 18 knots, so it looks like he is trying to close some speed. But now he's probably gonna go 18 knots the other way now. Cause surprise, you got a torpedo in the water, buddy. See how it does. There was a bug for a while that was pretty brutal for ASW. Like there was a miscalculation of how the terminal homing was happening with the Mark 46, I think. So you'd fire and you'd see at the last moment that the submarine would dodge the torpedo, just go off into some crazy area. Nice, look at that. Nice, good. Yes. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, so with these bigger submarines, we're going to want to fire one more. So he's gotten really quiet because he's not moving anymore, basically. Alright, this guy's going to RTB. We've got 2 torpedoes left on this guy and a lot of sonobuoys, so we're good. Man, I wish we could see... I wish you could like mouse over and see the depth of the water. So it looked like where that submarine was at. It's kind of shallow, like a couple hundred feet. Oh, is he surfacing? Yeah, he's coming up to the surface there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Sleek looking sub. And it is about to get wrecked again. Nice. Oh man. Yeah, he's having a bad day. Sorry, bud. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, there he goes. Oh no! He's fired torpedoes. What did he fire at? 65, 76. What is he firing at? Oh, Elrod. Oh no. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, well. Counterfire is not going to do much, but we'll do it anyways. Just for practice. Go flank speed. Get out of there. And I'm a bad fleet commander. I need some deputies to alert me to crap like this. Well, I mean, it's perfect. We've detected that so far away that we're gonna be fine. Although we're gonna have to have this helicopter not land because I don't want that ship to get locked out from maneuvering. Man, this guy can freaking launch a torpedo after he took 2? Like, come on. We'll just fire at him again. Okay, let's see how this one does. He's just chilling with his wall of noisemakers. Oh no, come on. Alright, you know what, maybe we should drop a Sonar buoy like right on top of him. Ooh, looks like the torpedo went after one of the noisemakers. Blew up. Okay, well this puts us in a little predicament. We need to launch another ASW helicopter. That's so cool. These buoys are just like right on the submarine. Kill this dude, please. Kill him. Alright, cool. Come on. So this guy will go Winchester. Rents will pop up its other helicopter. Is he? Has not taken off yet. Okay. Wow, man, this is just, the views in this game are just amazing. I miss seeing this. Like you see other ships out on the horizon and stuff, and just when you're operating, it's so cool. It's just so much badassness. Look at that. Yeah. It's pretty wild. Like you can go up topside at nighttime, and you know, it is kind of dangerous because if you go over the side, like no one's gonna find you. If the aft lookout doesn't see you when you go in, like you're screwed. But it is really beautiful. A lot of times you see like the perfect view of the stars and stuff, and I miss that when I'm not out to sea. Multiple submerged contacts. What do we got here? Man, this guy has an insane damage control team. Alright, you gotta come in for the kill shot now, buddy. Come on. It's right there. It's right there. It's right. Yes, you got it. You got it. Nice. Look at you. Yeah, if this doesn't kill, this is baloney. Come on. 3 hits. Okay, good. Looks like she's hurt pretty bad now. Gonna be stuck on the bottom. She's RTBing, just in time. She's stuck. Let's see how that works out. Okay, she's dead. Good. Cool. So, we got this scenario, I think, in the bag. We just gotta get Jacksonville. Luckily, we can force it to cavitate. Nice. I love these old 688s, the ones that have the sails up there. My dad was a attack sub guy. He was an ET, like a nav ET on subs. He was always on the attack sub, so he was on the Gato, which I think was at the Skipjack class, maybe. And then he was on some of the old 688s, and then he was on an improved 688. And for short command, he got to work at DSRV, which is where they do the deep sea rescue vehicle unit, or deep submergence rescue vehicle unit. That's pretty cool. I got to see the Mystic and the Avalon, which were the rescue subs that they would put on some of the backs of the submarines to go rescue a downed submarine if it ever came to that. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because sometimes we'd banter because he was on submarines. He made a whole career of it, like 23 years, and his son goes off and becomes a surface sonar technician to find submarines. So we always joke like who's better at it than the other. And actually, when I joined the Navy originally, it was going to be an AW, which is the what do they call those guys? I can't remember what that rate is. I think it's like aviation warfare sensor operator or something like that. But they're basically the enlisted crew that sits in the back of the helicopter. Or if I was joining as a non-rescue one. So back then, you basically had two pathways to be an AW. Like there was a rescue version. So if you were rescue version, then you would go on the helicopters because they need you to also be a rescue swimmer, and then if you were an AW that was non-rescue, like what I was going to do, then you'd go on the P3s and P8s ultimately. Well, when I first joined, there wasn't a P8, but it was all P3s, and I really wanted to do that because I get to fly ride an airplane all day and hunt submarines. I thought that was super cool. But you have to do this swim class thing in boot camp, and I think I called it dive motivator or something. So it was all the SEAL guys, all the SWIC guys, and all the aviation guys had to go before your day started at boot camp. Like with your normal division, you had to go off to the pool and just do a bunch of laps and stuff. And our recruit division commander hated us, and he hated that we were like this. He called us the special kids, and so he would make us always late to the pool stuff. And we'd get there, and the instructors at the pool would get pissed off at us. And a lot of times we never got the chance to stretch out like the other guys, just because we came in late. And one of the days, I went in and we had to do like, I don't know, like a mile or 2 miles or some nonsense of just doing the side stroke. And if you do the side stroke, you kind of whip your knees pretty hard to get the thrust going with your leg. And it's a really comfortable position to swim in for a long range swim, but if you don't stretch out before, that's kind of bad. And I wrecked my knee doing that, so I couldn't pursue it any longer. It was just too painful. So they let me switch to sonar tech. Because I still wanted to do like the submarine thing. I thought that was really cool, but I didn't want to go on subs because my dad did that, and I was like, that is not for me. It's just too much. I do appreciate seeing the sun every day, and so yeah, that's how I became a sonar tech. I cross-rated, or not cross-rated because I didn't have a rate yet. Basically, in boot camp, I switched out to be a sonar tech. In sonar tech school, at least for surface guys, it's pretty cool because it's in San Diego, and that's where I did my middle school and high school years. So I was like, oh great, I get to go in San Diego and be there for like another year and a half because I was a total rate technician with the C school guaranteed. So that school is pretty long. It's like a year long, I think. And then on top of the other sonar schools you get, for your A school that teaches you basic sonar stuff, plus your operator's course. That's like another month or so. It all kind of adds up to be about a year and a half before you get to the fleet. Some other times the Navy goes back and forth. Like sometimes you go to the fleet first, then you get your sea school, come back to school and do it. Other times they need people, so they just funnel you from boot camp to A school and then to sea school. So that's how I did it. All right, man, we just gotta do some time acceleration. Helicopter is around the carcass of the Victor. The Victor's probably down here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty cool mission. It's got changes the pace when you go from hunting little missile boats around fishing boats all of a sudden to going against the kind of high-end ASW threat like a Victor 3. I mean, those that 27 nautical mile range torpedo, that is something difficult to fight against. All right, we did it. Nice. Congratulations, Commander. USS Jacksonville completed her mission. All right, so we're off, I think, to the final mission in the pack there. We got to go to the Indian Ocean, and we'll see what happens. So I'll probably play that some other time. I do also want to get back into the Pacific Strike series of missions. I think the next one and that one is pretty cool. We're supposed to go transit, and I think it's like an opposed transit with like a bunch of submarine threats, so that'll be fun because I like doing ASW stuff. It's really why I like doing this. Like, this mission's really cool because I like hunting subs. And another one of iBlank's, which is my favorite mission I think in the whole game, is Operation Black Bear, which I've played on this channel. You go against a bunch of submarines, quite a few kilos, but it is randomized, and you go against an Oscar that's shooting shipwreck missiles at you, and then you can use ships and helicopters and a P3, and it's kind of like the whole multi-domain aspect of ASW, or multi-platform thing, so that's really cool. Anyways, if you got any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.